Now, there is a guy that nobody I've seen in the Detroit Lions media talk about, and he just got released the other day by the Philadelphia Eagles, the former Lion, Charles Harris. This from Airless a couple days ago. Eagles make all these roster moves and waive defensive end Charles Harris. Now, this was a couple days ago. Waivers already cleared. He cleared waivers. He is now a free agent. He is free to sign with any NFL team, 53-man practice squad, whatever. Now, I'm all for bringing back Charles Harris. I wanted to talk about this because we are in desperate need of a pass rusher. Pass rush cannot get home. We just saw it against the San Francisco 49ers. Yes, we got 2 sacks, but that was going against a 4th-string tackle. That was going against a backup guard. That was going against a hurt right tackle. And we only got 2 sacks. One of them coming from the defensive line on kind of a busted play. We need as much defensive end help as we can get. Now, I posted this right after the San Francisco 49ers game. By the way, go follow me on Twitter. If I don't make a video and something happens around the Detroit Lions, I will post about it and you'll see my reaction there. Because sometimes I just don't feel like making videos. I'm going to be honest about it. If I don't feel like talking about it. But I want to make a video about this, is what I said. I have a really good feeling Charles Harris is coming back next week to the Detroit Lions and for the playoffs. Also said, I also hope Romeo Okwara considers coming out of retirement. That's how much we need a pass rusher. And I also pointed this down here. Probably, in my opinion, would be a practice squad signing and would get elevated to the 53 main. My main reason why I think he comes back is because he knows the playbook and embodies the city of Detroit. And everything that I said there, I agree with, obviously. Because I think he embodies the city of Detroit. He knows the scheme. He knows the playbook. He's been around Detroit. He was here in 21. He was here in 22. He was here last year. He's been around here every year since Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes took over, except this year. He has, matter of fact, I'm going to pull up his stats because some of you, if you've hopped on the bandwagon at this point, probably don't even know who this guy is. But yes, Charles Harris cleared waivers, I think yesterday. And surprisingly, he actually has done some stuff this year. Now, he actually got released. He originally signed with the Panthers right before the season started. He got waived around, I think, week 8, and the Philadelphia Eagles actually put in a waiver claim for him. And at the time, they were the only team, the last team in front of us in the waiver order to put in a waiver claim for him. So they got him. I think they did that on purpose so we couldn't get him back and so we could continued to be in misery over our pass rush. So they put a waiver claim for him. I don't even think he played a game with the 49 or with the Philadelphia Eagles. But now he's a free agent once again on the season. Former first round pick. You guys can't even see this. Let me blow this up real quick. He was a former first round pick back in 2017 by Miami. We, of course, all know he is a bust. He has never lived up. I wouldn't say a bust, but he has never lived up to the first round pick, 22nd overall, where he was drafted in the 2017 draft. He has 3 sacks on the season, 15 solo tackles. That is, all those 3 sacks, by the way, came on the Panthers at, I believe, the first 8 games of the season. You'll see him down here. He played 9 games with the Panthers, 3 of them coming in 9 games. So he was on pace to get around exactly 6 sacks, or a little under 6 sacks on the season. He was projected to get around 5.5 to end the year. So he was pretty solid for the year for the most part. His first year in Miami, 2 sacks and fumble recovery. Second year, 1 sack. His third year, half a sack. In his first 3 years, he only had 3.5 sacks. All right, didn't play a full season besides his rookie year in that time span, but he did play enough where he should have had more than that. Then he went to Atlanta in 2020, played 13 games, had 3 sacks. Then he went to us in 2021 under the new regime. Played every single game, had a career high 7.5 sacks, 2 forced fumbles. 2022, he got hurt, played 6 games, only had 1 sack, did have a forced fumble. In 2023, he played 13 games. I believe those other games he did not play was a healthy scratch. He did only have 1.5 sacks. but he did make some nice plays when he was playing out there. And then again, this year he signed with the Panthers right before the season, had 3 sacks, and then got cut for whatever reason in around week 8 or week 9. Again, in his, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9-year NFL career, former first-round pick, has 19 and a half career sacks, 3 forced fumbles, and 1 fumble recovery. He can also has 5 passes deflected throughout his NFL career. The guy is also 29 years old, if that matters for any reason. Matter of fact, let's take a look at his college stats. I just want to see how good they are. Okay, first year, 2 sacks and a forced fumble. Second year, 7 sacks and a forced fumble. Third year, 9 sacks and a forced fumble. Not too bad. But I think he could come back because he knows the city of Detroit. He's been here before. Was here for 3 years when the Detroit Lions were flat out awful. I mean, I'm a Lions fan. I can say that we were dreadful for essentially for 30 years until like just last year. So Charles Harris, do I think he comes back to Detroit? This is not biased in my opinion. This is giving my honest thoughts. I think he's going to sign with the Detroit Lions this week. I have no sources. I have no inside information. I have nothing to back me up on this. There's nothing I know about him coming back to Detroit. But he's a free agent. In my opinion, again, if he does sign back with Detroit, I think it will be to the practice squad. We don't have a spot open on the 53-man roster. 2 more spots are going to have to be made for Cleve Freeman and Anzalone. You'll see a video come about that. Probably actually before this video comes out. I don't know. I'll see when I schedule it. But I doubt he gets put on the 53-man roster. If we bring him back, he'll be put in the practice squad and be like a Jamal Adams, where he'll be elevated to the 53. But yes, my opinion, Charles Harris will come back to the Detroit Lions this week just because we're in that much need of a pass rusher. And you can say, oh, well, why don't we just go get, Jason Pierre-Paul, Shaq Lawson, who else is out there? Melvin Ingram. I'm sure there's another couple guys I'm also missing. The reason why I think Charles Harris is smarter and makes more sense is because he's been here before. He knows the playbook. The problem with those guys, you're too deep into the season at this point. They're not going to just be able to come and play. Plus, those guys are like 35 years old. Charles Harris is one of the better, younger defensive ends still available. And he's not young by any means, but he's not, really, really old who should be in a nursing home like Jason Pierre-Paul, Shaq Lawson is not too old, but all of them guys. He isn't. Those guys are older. They might not be in football shape. They've never played it on the Lions before. They're gonna take time to learn the playbook, at least a week or 2. With Charles Harris, you can bring him in. You can sign him to the practice squad. If he's not ready to go week 18, you can always use him for the playoffs. But if he is ready to go for week 18, from how dreadful our pass rush has been, you can elevate him. You can put him out there for a couple snaps just to blitz the quarterback. And hopefully he gets home 1 or 2 times because he knows the scheme. He knows the playbook. Been here for 21, 22, and 23 season. He knows what it's like to be a Detroit Lion. So, in my opinion, I want Charles Harris back. I think he does come back this week. And I'm gonna put it in your faces. Everybody's watching this video, and even on Twitter. I'm going to post about that. I predicted this because I legitimately think Charles Harris 100% is going to end up a Detroit Lion this week. And I'm going to make a prediction. He gets signed on Wednesday at 2 o'clock Central Time. That's my prediction. Leave your thoughts in the comments down below. One Pride, go Lions. Charles Harris, I have no inside information or anything, but I think you will be back as a Detroit Lion. And please help us get to the quarterback.